Oh man, I'm having such a good time at a movie theater. I have a popcorn. I have my soda
Are
pop.
you going to do a BSP today?
No, I don't wanna.
That is an unresearched answer. Are you doing a
I
BSP?
don't wanna.
You're going to do a BSP. You know you want to. You don't want to have all this. Go. Yes. Actually, pass me the popcorn since you're leaving. Not gonna pass me the. Oh.
Welp, I didn't want to be here today, so I changed my clothes and now I'm recording. Today on the I Am So Uninspired Says podcast, I will be talking about being uninspired, how I have been trying to be more frugal, and other stuff too, so go ahead and stick around. I'm going to start by going on a couple of rants, and maybe I shouldn't be sharing this, maybe this is too much information, but because this show is mainly focused on content creation, I think it's really important for me to share behind the curtains or be as honest as I can. Lately, I have not been feeling inspired. I have not been feeling motivated to make this show. You may have noticed I have skipped a couple of weeks. You may have noticed some of the episodes have not been very good, or maybe I'm being hypercritical, but I just haven't had that spark behind making these episodes. Now, I don't want you to misunderstand. It's not because I hate this show. It's not because I don't enjoy making these episodes. It's just that I end up putting in so much work to the podcastage videos. I have to spend every single evening working on those, every single day working on those, that when it comes time to do research and work on the outline and then record and edit this show, I don't have the energy, I don't have the time, and I have really been struggling with that. And I don't know why I'm sharing this. I'm not looking for pity points because this is all self-inflicted. This is all decisions that I make. But I think it's important for people to know that if you are going into making content, sometimes you do it when you don't want to. Not every video is going to be a home run. There are going to be stinkers, especially if you keep up a regular release schedule. If you put out an episode every single week, some of them are going to suck. For me, a lot of them are going to suck. Sometimes you'll say, I don't wanna. I just want to sit on my tushy and watch Battlestar Galactica, which is what I want to do today. But I am in here working on this episode. Then I need to film a bunch more for my review on Tuesday. And then, if I have an hour free, I can watch an episode of BSG. So I wanted to share that because if you have noticed, you see, he doesn't seem his normal self, or wow, that episode kind of sucked, that's why. I have been struggling to find the time, the energy, the motivation, and the inspiration to do these episodes. So please forgive me if you have come across a bad episode. And if you're going into content, just know sometimes you gotta do it when you don't want to, unless it's purely a hobby. Or if you're a psychopath like me and you understand that if you let yourself be lazy, you will just sink back into the couch and do nothing for months and months. So you have to force yourself to get up and do the episodes and do work, even if you don't want to, even though it is a hobby. So it's about understanding yourself as well. Hi, welcome to my therapy session. Now I want to go on a little bit of a rant or a discussion about frugality. I want to be clear, I'm not going to discuss the economy because in this economy, I can't afford to. What's the deal with this economy? I should be a stand-up. But lately, I have been on a really big frugality kick. I have really been enjoying trying to identify any way, shape, or form that I can cut back expenditures, that I can save a bit more money. And I figured, hey, I've been into this. I'm uninspired. Let's talk about that because that's something that I'm pretty passionate about, that I have been enjoying quite a bit. Here is how I have been cutting back on expenses to save a bit more money. Number one is bank fees. This is something that has been driving me kind of crazy recently because I have always thought about negative interest rates and thought, that's crazy. Why would you keep your money in a bank if you're earning negative interest? And then I looked at bank fees and realized, oh yeah, I'm essentially paying a negative interest rate right now because my savings will pay me 0.015%. Yet I am paying 10 or 15 or 20 bucks a month per account. So what I have done over the last couple of months, I have gone through every single account agreement. I have made sure that I am meeting every single requirement to avoid those fees. And now I save 45, 60 bucks a month between all my accounts. I hope that wasn't a gunshot. So I am saving quite a bit of money by avoiding those bank fees. So my not financial advice would be go into your account agreements at your banks and make sure that you're meeting the minimum requirements to avoid those fees. Because you may not think, 15 bucks, that's not a lot of money. Or you may think 15 bucks, that's not a lot of money. Over 10 months, that's $150. That is a lot of money. And conversely, they are using your money, paying you 0.00015%, not the actual interest rates at your bank. I don't know what they are. And they are using that, they are lending that out at, now it's 6, 7, 8%. Or if they're using it for credit cards, they are charging 20+%. And you are getting pennies, fractions of a penny. And then you are paying them $15. It's a crazy system. So go through, not financial advice, go through and make sure you are meeting those requirements if possible to avoid giving the bank any more money. They stink. I do not like them. Number 2 is finding alternatives to the food that you like because a lot of items have gotten prohibitively expensive. In the last episode where I talked about money, I advocated for making coffee at home as opposed to going to a coffee shop. When you buy all the ingredients and make the coffee at home, it tastes pretty darn good. And it costs you about 50 cents for a cup, maybe even less, as opposed to the $5 or $6 or $7 that you will pay at a coffee shop. So that's the first thing that I recommend. I also used to get beef jerky because it's a relatively healthy snack, but it's started to become $6, $7, $8 for a kinda small bag of beef jerky. I couldn't afford that, or I wasn't willing to pay that, I should say. So instead, I substituted that for trail mix, some mixed nuts. Don't make any jokes. And now, instead of paying $6, $7, $8 for a snack, I'm paying 50 cents, $1 maximum. So I am saving a bunch of money there. I also stopped getting bacon now. I love bacon. Everybody in America who isn't a vegetarian or a vegan loves bacon because bacon is delicious. But bacon is incredibly expensive. To have that for breakfast, that's $2 a day. So instead of getting that because that got to be too expensive, I switched to eggs. And now for a dozen eggs, it's $2. So you're paying 33 cents a day for breakfast? That is a pretty big savings. So instead of just saying, gosh, this food that I really enjoy is getting too expensive, vote with your dollar. That's what I am doing. That's why I'm doing it. Yes, I like saving money, but I also want to put up my middle finger and say, this is too expensive. I'm not going to give you my money for this. I'm not going to give you money. That's too much. Because I think it's too much, I'm not going to give you my money and basically tell you that it's okay to charge that. So I will find an alternative and be happy with that. That's number 2. You can also just have a water bottle and take it everywhere you go and just fill it up and drink out of that instead of buying soda. That's another really big money saver. Drink water instead of other stuff. Now I'm going to drink some water and then I'll give you another way I'm saving money. Number C is repair instead of replace, and make sure to utilize the warranty that you have paid for. So a couple of weeks ago, or maybe a month and a half ago, I noticed that I had a hole in one of my pants pockets. A couple of years ago, I would have tossed them and I would have replaced them. But I have been trying to be more frugal. So what did I do? I went out, I bought a repair kit for $1.50. I bought some iron-on patches, and I fixed the hole in my pocket. That cost me, in total for the materials and time, 15 cents maybe, instead of the 30, 40, 50 bucks it would have cost to replace those pants. So that saved me a bunch of money, and now I get to wear those pants for even longer, and that's an enjoyable thing. I started watching videos on how to sew and repair things, and in the comments I saw some people say, I feel like Superman, or I feel amazing that I was able to repair these and get a few more years of use out of them. There is joy out of getting your money's worth out of the items that you have paid for by repairing a hole in your pocket, by repairing a hole in your jeans, a hole in your sweater, and getting more use out of it. It is an awesome feeling. Piggybacking off of that idea, if you have an item that breaks, check to make sure if you have a warranty, because currently I am wearing headphones that I got replaced using a warranty. Full disclosure, Rode sent me headphones a year and a half ago, and I used them for quite a while, and then they broke. The headphones have a lifetime warranty, so I was able to get Rode to send a replacement set. I know a lot of people have had problems with these headphones, but because of the warranty, they have gotten replacement after replacement. I heard somebody say, yeah, I'm on my 6th pair. But they're so comfortable that they keep getting replacements. And they don't have to pay anything for it. Rode just keeps sending them. Now, it's a problem with waste. Rode should resolve that issue with the clasp on them. But if you have an item that has a warranty or an item that breaks, check the warranty to see if you can get it replaced. Letter number 4 is use what you have and don't constantly seek out replacements. This is what I have been working on all year. I was really unhappy with my relationship and my behavior surrounding everyday carry items. I was constantly watching videos. I was constantly reading articles, looking for any new and improved item that I could throw my money at and slightly improve my life. So at the beginning of this year, I set the goal to carry the exact same stuff every single day and to not buy any new everyday carry items. And so far, I have accomplished that. I have been carrying the same flashlight. I have been carrying the same knife. I have mostly been carrying the same pen and mostly been carrying the same wallet. I did change my phone because that needed upgrading, but for the most part, it broke the habit that I was in. I was able to avoid that desire, or I guess diminish that desire to constantly upgrade, and instead, I have found a lot of enjoyment out of using the same stuff every single day because I don't have to think about it anymore. It's just in my pocket. It becomes an extension of me. I set the exact same goal for colognes or fragrances because I was going down the exact same path. I was constantly watching videos and listicles about new colognes, new scents. What's the best? What's the most versatile? What's the best for this season, for that season? And I was constantly wanting to spend money on new colognes. So I set the goal, no new fragrances this year. And I am just going to wear the couple that I have because I don't need any more. And by removing that thought process or that desire, I was able to break that habit, break that bad behavior, and enjoy the stuff that I already have quite a bit more. And there's something so much more enjoyable about that, about just saying, this is what I have, I'm gonna use it. And you just go about your day. You don't have this, what is it called? Decision paralysis, selection paralysis. I don't know what it's called, but you remove that from your day-to-day life and just say, this is what I have. This is all I have the option to use. This is all that I have the option to wear. It's wonderful. The last example that I have here is with guitars and denying yourself some things that you may want, but you don't necessarily need. I have plenty of guitars that work perfectly fine, but I am a huge Blink-182 and Tom DeLonge fan. So when Tom DeLonge and Fender reissued their Tom DeLonge signature Strat, I put my name down at Sweetwater. Then a few months later, I got the call from my guy. He said, "Hey, we got that Strat. Do you want me to send it out to you?" Deep down, the kid in me wanted to say, "Yes, send me that guitar. I have wanted it for 20 years. I need it. Put it on my card. I will pay it off. I just need that guitar." But then I looked at my bank account. I realized it doesn't make the most sense. I looked down at my guitar stand. I saw that I have a Strat. It doesn't have a humbucker, but that's fine. And I said, I have to pass. So I didn't give myself that thing that the kid wanted, and I was able to push that aside and be more of a grown-up and make that fiscally responsible decision. Was there a bit of sadness? Was there maybe even a bit of depression? Sure. But after that abated, I felt so much better about myself having not made an irresponsible decision, and that allowed me to enjoy the Strat that I already have. I started playing with the pickup in the 2 and 4 position, and now I just have this inspiration for 1980s synthwave led by guitar. It is so cool. Had I just given into that desire to get that guitar because I've always wanted it, I probably would not have forced myself to play the Strat more. I would not have discovered how much I enjoy those 2 pickup positions and what kind of inspiration I can pull out of that guitar. So by using the gear that I have, using what I have found new enjoyment, and more importantly, I have found new inspiration. So those are the ways that I have found myself being more frugal. Those are the ways that I have cut back my expenses. I have been able to save a bit more money. And number 1 is stop giving money to the banks because they're lending it out and earning 20-30% while they're charging you to do it. Criminal. Absolutely criminal. That is it for my rants. Now let's talk about what I have been testing. I am on the Neumann. Hello, Neumann. KMS 105. That is running XLR to XLR. Duh! Into the Presonus Tube Pre V2. A tube-ish preamp. My understanding is it's actually a solid-state Class A preamp, which is how they get it to be so low noise, and then the output stage is tube. And then they have this drive button. I'll just go ahead and I'm gonna walk across the universe over here to the preamp, and I'll turn it up and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Now this is what it sounds like with the drive all the way up. This is me clipping the tube output stage. So you can get gnarly with this thing. It is just bonkers. Let me go ahead and walk across the universe again. Wow, it's great to be back on the microphone and have it be clean. I was kind of surprised by this thing because with the Behringer tube preamp that I did, the Mic 300, it was fine. Gives you a bit of dirt, a bit of grit, but it's very difficult to get a clean or low noise recording. The limiter kind of works, but with this thing, it does exactly what it advertises and it does it well. And the noise floor was kind of shockingly low. The spec stated minus 131 dBu A-weighted. I did not believe that. Then I compared the preamp to the 2i2 3rd Gen. It's quieter. It's got lower noise. So I think that's actually accurate, which is crazy. So if you're looking for that kind of tube grit, if you want the ability to just distort something to hell, or maybe just add a bit of distortion because you don't have to get that aggressive, I'm pretty surprised by it. My review is coming out on Tuesday. I have a bit more work to do, but I have had fun playing with that thing, and it has a VU meter, which just looks awesome. If you're just a sucker for analog stuff, I just need the analog stuff because it looks cool. That fits the bill, scratches that itch. That's what I've been testing. Oh, that's running into the Focusrite 2i2 XLR 2/4-inch balanced line input. There you go. Let's jump to what you had to say. First comment comes from DFCX1. YouTube keeps recommending me videos with double, single, and even no-digit views, so I have a hard time buying into the hypothesis that YouTube tells everybody to just watch whatever is popular. I'm sure it happens to some people, but my subjective experience is that, if anything, YouTube boosts low-view videos and recommendations. DFCX, thank you very much for that comment. I have found something very similar over the last couple of months. I have seen a lot more videos with 5, 10, 100 views getting recommended to me. I think the reason why there may be this perception that YouTube pushes popular videos and popular channels to more people because YouTube wants popular people to be more successful. I understand why that perception's a thing, and I'll explain why. But I have seen exactly what you're seeing. A lot more recommendations of extremely low view count videos. I think the reason YouTube is doing this is they want more people to become YouTubers. They want more people to see this as a viable option. They want new videos and new creators to come on board, get discovered, get popular, get better, and make better content. If they don't show people low view videos, we would only have the same 10 creators from the early days of YouTube. But because YouTube does recommend low view videos from channels with low subscribers, that's how we get the next best content creator, the new content creators. Now, as far as why I think we have this perception of YouTube pushes popular content creators because they want popular content creators to become more popular, I think they just recommend popular videos because videos become popular because they're mostly good. People enjoy watching them, people watch a lot of them, people rewatch them, people send them to other people, and YouTube understands people get enjoyment out of those videos and come to YouTube to watch them, so they decide, people like this video, let's show it to people so they can enjoy watching it and stay on platform longer. So I don't think it's some grand conspiracy theory of YouTube trying to make Mr. Beast the most famous person ever. I just think that Mr. Beast has found a way to make videos that appeal to a wide audience. He has made his videos formatted in a way that appeal to a wide audience, that keep them watching for a long time. And because he has become so effective at that, people watch his videos. Because people watch his videos, YouTube shows it to new people because those people are likely to watch it as well. That's why I think we have that perception that popular videos or popular channels are promoted by YouTube because they only promote popular people. Maybe those videos are popular for a reason, because they're probably gonna be good. They may not be appealing to everybody, but for some people, it's the perfect video. It is an excellent video, and they get value and enjoyment out of watching it. And making good videos is very hard, and there are channels who are experts at making great videos, so those channels get very popular. Those channels continue to make good videos, they continue to get more views and grow in popularity. Not because of a conspiracy, but because maybe they're just good at what they do. Now, of course, there are some instances, news agencies, where YouTube will be biased towards them and promote their content, surface them at the top of search results. I'm not denying that does happen because they have stated it does. So there is some bias in some instances, but in a lot of cases, people are just talented and people like watching talented people or just enjoy watching good videos. So I agree with you. I also see recommendations of small channels quite a bit more than I did a few years ago. Next comment comes from Troubleshoot. He says, does sub count impact the algorithm? As a tech help gaming guide YouTuber with 212,000 subscribers and 3 million views a month, I can somewhat weigh in on this. Are views consistent because I have a large number of subscribers? No. It's entirely based on the video. Some videos I make explode to 100K views in a day, and others barely reach 1,000 views. View counts never really shifted past like 5,000. It's all content. You can drop bangers that get hundreds of thousands of views on a brand new account before even being monetized. The hotter the topic, the more views you can expect. Troubleshoot, thank you very much for the comment, and thank you so much for sharing your analytics and your experience with us, because hearing from a channel with 200,000 plus subscribers, that is just great information to have. I have found the exact same thing. It doesn't matter how many subscribers I have, the views per video are dependent on the topic of each video. I think that is indicative of the type of channel we have, or because of the types of channels that we have. We are resource channels. That means people come to us when they need help, when they are researching. That means that the recurrent viewers aren't going to be super high unless people are having issues every single day, unless people are researching microphones every single week, which is just not the case. But when people are researching microphones, they will come across my channel. When they're trying to troubleshoot a video game, or when they're looking for walkthroughs or whatever you focus on, they will come across your videos. That's why the topic of the videos for channels like us are so important, and that is what dictates how many views each video get. I was actually discussing this exact thing with Ricky from the Scottish Watches podcast. If you're into watches, by the way, go check out scottishwatches.co.uk. They also just relaunched their YouTube channel, so go check that out if you're into watches. If you do decide to check out the podcast, make sure you let him know that Bandrew sent you his way. But Ricky asked me, if you have 300,000 subs, why do you have some videos that get 3,000 views, 5,000, 10,000 views? Shouldn't you be getting a lot more? I would love to say, yeah, I should be getting 100,000 views per video because I would not have to be frugal. I could be the most frivolous spender out there. That would be amazing. But I run a resource channel. I try to serve people. I am not an entertainment channel. I am not personality driven. I make videos to help people make more informed purchasing decisions. Because of that, there isn't a huge recurrent viewer count. People don't watch every single video because, frankly, they're not interested in hearing every single microphone. There are a handful of people who I love dearly who do watch every single video because they want to have an understanding of the entire microphone market and how each microphone sounds, how each microphone performs. But I had to come to terms with the fact there's not a lot of us. There aren't a lot of people with that mentality, with that perspective, with that desire. So they're only going to watch videos that have microphones or topics that interest them. So Troubleshoot, thank you again for the comment, and thank you for confirming what I have found on my channel, what I have seen on other audio channels, and what I have seen across many different resource channels. These are not entertainment channels. Those perform completely different. If people come solely for your personality, you may have a huge recurrent viewer count. But if you are a resource channel, if you are a troubleshooting channel, views are almost solely dependent on the topic of each video, not your subscriber account. Subscriber count. I don't know how I disappeared and just walked into frame, but we are back and now we are doing the value for value segment. So if you get any value out of this show, out of this podcast, send back whatever that means to you, whether it be $1, $2, $10, $20, or whether it be offering some kind of artwork, any kind of value that you receive. send it back if you feel obliged. Also, because of people who contribute to this show, there are no ads. If I didn't have amazing people who support this show, you'd be suffering through some ads right now unless you use an ad blocker. So thank you to them. If you enjoy this show with no ads, thank them. Thank you. I enjoy this show with no ads. Number 1 comes from Greg LG, $13.99 Canadian dollars. He says, bail money for Bandrew. Greg, thank you very much for the 14 Canadian dollars. I use this to bail myself out of the American Microphone Police jailhouse. I don't know what I did to deserve to be locked up, but they were very unkind to me. Very aggressive, police brutality, I would say. I don't know what. I'm sure I have done many microphone crimes in the past, and I was just meant to pay for them. So thank you very much for getting me out of there. I could not stand another day in there because, gosh, they are brutal. They make you use the CAD U1. Inhumane treatment. Just completely unethical. Next, we have 10 USD from MEI Studio NY. Pags, he says, I really appreciate your involuntary mentorship and continued moral support. You're the best, man. Pags, thank you so much for the kind words and thank you for the support, but no, you are the best. Your channel is incredible and you are offering an amazing service to people researching microphones, trying to learn a bit more. Thank you so much for what you're doing for all of us. Next, we have €20 from TechMed Rainer Richter. TechMed Rainer Richter. What kind of accent was that? Richter. I don't know. Danke. Funding microphone police. This is concerning because I was mistreated by the microphone police so much, but now they have more funding. This is not going to go well for me. This is not going to go well for me, but I imagine at some point, the AMP, the American Microphone Police, and the World Microphone Police are going to join up and create the Universal Microphone Police, the UMP. It's not going to go well for me or anybody who misuses microphones or produces bad audio. If anybody is thinking, bad audio, what's this podcast? Shut it. Shut it right now. Don't you dare come at me like that. Next, thank you very much, Rainer, for supporting this show every single week. You are incredible. I appreciate you so much. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Next, we have 10 USD from Robert Tower 8059. I always look forward to Sunday nights now. Thanks for all that you do. Robert, thank you so much for the kind words, and thank you for coming by every single Sunday and watching and or listening. That really means the world to me because each and every one of you could be doing anything with your time. The fact that you come by and spend 30, 45 minutes with me, I am honored. So thank you so much, and thank you for the support. It helps keep the bills at bay while the ice is in the tray. I forgot the bit that I had about keeping the bills cold. I don't know. But thank you so much, Robert. And lastly, we have 5 USD from Vid Mashup. He says, Bandrew, I need your address so I can send you a SoundSpeed sticker that I found in Alan's merch store. Vid Mashup, thank you so much for the $5. I will not give you my address because I will not take this kind of abuse. I will not take abuse in the form of stickers, adhesive marketing devices, not in this house. How dare you suggest that? That is so incredibly rude. You know my stance on stickers. You know that it triggers me, that it upsets me, and now I'm in a bad mood. But all joking aside, thank you so much, Vid Mashup, for the $5. It really means the world to me. And thank you to every single one of you who supports this show. It really does help me continue to make these videos, keep the podcast hosting paid, keep the website hosting paid, keep all of that stuff up above them. Keep all of that stuff. Let's try that again. Keep all of that stuff up and running. And it keeps this show ad-free. I'm going to call it quits there. I am putting the kibosh on this episode of the show. We're not doing Ask Bandrew this week because I got a lot more work to do on my review. Thank you so much for coming by. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for supporting. I love you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. I hope you have an amazing, I almost forgot what I do, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Next Sunday, I will talk at you. I love you. See you then. Bye-bye. Whoa. Whoa.
This has been a Geeks Rising production. Your executive producer is Bandrew Scott. For more information, head over to www.geeksrising.com.